Hi there, welcome to the channel. My name is Brick and I'm your official Puerto Rico travel guide. From the common to the uncommon, I help people discover Puerto Rico's most amazing natural, historic, and cultural attractions. And today, I'll give you a complete guide to what might just be the best hiking alternative to El Yunque, the Toro Negro State Forest. If you're planning on visiting Puerto Rico, it wouldn't be a surprise if El Yunque is on the top of the list of places you're planning on visiting. El Yunque is full of scenic hiking trails, breathtaking views from lookout towers, and it has nearby rivers that you can dip into and relax. Even though now you can visit El Yunque during the weekdays without reserving a spot on the website recreation.gov until December 13th, 2021, you might still be unable to visit if spots run out during the weekend. If you find yourself in this situation, or if you simply want to visit other forest and hiking trails in Puerto Rico, you're in luck because the Toro Negro State Forest offers all the things you might want to experience at El Yunque and even more. You might be surprised to learn that the Toro Negro State Forest is similar to El Yunque in many ways because they used to be part of one big forest back in the early 1900s. But later they were divided and administered by different entities, resulting in the forest that we see today. Even though these two forests were divided, Toro Negro is still a large forest that spans many municipalities in the center of Puerto Rico. If you want to visit the most popular area of the Toro Negro State Forest, where you will find everything that you'll see in this video, you'll need to head over to the Doña Juana recreational area. There are two routes you can take to get to the recreational area. If you're leaving from San Juan, the quickest way of getting to Toro Negro is taking the northern route, where you will drive on the highway all the way to the municipality of Manatí and then take Route 149 into Ciales. This route is called the Ruta Panorámica because it offers many breathtaking views from lookout points and is surrounded by nature. The cons of this route is that most of the time you'll be driving on a narrow street that has many twists and turns. So if you get car sick easily, you might want to consider taking the southern route. However, because this panoramic route is so frequented, there are many local restaurants all along the way that sell delicious traditional Puerto Rican food. If you're looking for a more straightforward route to the Toro Negro State Forest, you might want to take the southern route, where you'll be driving on the highway past Caguas, Calle, all the way down to Salinas until you get to the municipality of Juana, where you'll take the exit to Route 149 that'll take you into the municipality of Villalba and eventually to the recreational area. Even though this route is approximately 1 hour and 50 minutes long from San Juan, it's a great alternative to the northern route since it's only about 10 to 15 minutes longer. If you want directions on how to get to Toro Negro, make sure to check out the description below where I've placed all the coordinates to help you get to the forest and all its amazing attractions. Also, if you want to find out about the amazing food spots we saw on our way and from Toro Negro, make sure to stick around to the end of the video for the bonus tips. We begin our adventure at Toro Negro by driving to the Doña Juana recreational area, where visitors can park their car in the designated parking and ask for information at the ranger's office, which is open on the weekdays. During our visit to Toro Negro, we decided to start our day by hiking up to the observation tower by going up El Bolo trail. This trail is steep and wide in the beginning, but eventually levels off for an easier hike. About halfway during our hike on El Bolo trail, we noticed that the trail was overgrown and it was progressively getting harder to follow. But we continued hiking and cleared the path until eventually we connected with La Piscina Trail. We later found out that El Bolo Trail was actually supposed to be closed for maintenance. So I suggest that you contact the ranger's office during their working hours or contact the organization Amigos del Bosque Toro Negro on Facebook before visiting to verify which areas of the park are open to the public. I'll leave their contact information in the description below. After connecting with La Piscina Trail, we continued hiking up until we found a paved street. There, we continued up for a few minutes until we found the beginning of the trail that leads to the observation tower. This trail can be more challenging since it has narrower and steeper sections. But after about a 20-minute hike, you'll finally arrive at the observation tower. This tower sits on top of the Cerro Doña Juana, and at about 3,537 feet above sea level, it is considered to be the highest man-made structure on the island. From here, you will have breathtaking views of almost all of the island, including the northern and southern shores of Puerto Rico, the municipality of Ponce, impressive lakes, and you will also be surrounded by some of Puerto Rico's highest mountains, including Cerro Punta, Cerro Maravilla, and Los Tres Picachos. After taking in this amazing view and making some new friends, we decided to start hiking back down through La Piscina Trail, where we walked past some gazebos that can be used for recreational activities, and also what used to be one of the main attractions of the forest, the river-fed pool of Toro Negro. This pool used to be open to the public, but it seems that it is currently closed for maintenance. But we hope that at some point this area can reopen for everyone's enjoyment. If you keep walking down the trail, you will find small swimming holes and waterfalls that you can get into for a refreshing dip. However, I want to give an extremely important disclaimer. The most important thing you must do before heading out to visit any river in Puerto Rico is to check the weather. If by any chance it is raining, please avoid getting into the river. Rain can provoke a powerful flash flood, which can lead to serious injury or even death. When you visit a forest such as Toro Negro or El Yunque, it is almost certain that at some point there is going to be rain. So you need to be aware of your surroundings and make sure to step out of the river if it starts raining. When we planned our trip to visit Toro Negro, we were extremely excited to relax at the different river spots after our hike. But because it started raining heavily, we decided against it and headed back to the parking area. So if you want to see a part 2 of this guide to Toro Negro, covering all the amazing places we missed in this video, such as the cozy camping area, the refreshing Charco La Confesora, and the breathtaking Las Delicias waterfall, make sure to smash that like button and leave a comment below. And now, I want to reward everyone who's watched up to the end of the video with the bonus tips. As I mentioned before, the route that leads to the Toro Negro State Forest is part of the Ruta Panorámica, a scenic route that goes through the center of the island and is frequented during the weekends by locals looking to do internal tourism and bar hopping, which we call chinchorreo. For this reason, on this route, there are amazing traditional food spots all along the way. Our first stop driving to Toro Negro on the northern route was the amazing FinCafe in Ciales, a small but charming coffee shop nestled in between beautiful trees right next to the road. There, we enjoyed their delicious, aromatic, and 100% locally grown coffee, which they also package and sell in a variety of flavors. After you leave Toro Negro, I highly recommend you control your hunger by visiting Casa Vieja in Ciales, a cozy restaurant located on the hillside that is decorated with antiquities to resemble the traditional wooden Puerto Rican homes from the early 1900s. Here, it is almost required to taste their delicious pastel al caldero, which is a twist on the traditional plantain-based Puerto Rican dish called pastel, which is normally served during Christmas. Apart from the other traditional dishes that Casa Vieja serves, they also have delicious cocktails, such as mojitos, that they make with natural juices. Because of Casa Vieja's amazing reputation for excellent food and service, they get extremely busy during the weekends, from around lunchtime till their closing time at 6 p.m. So be aware that you might have difficulty finding a nearby parking spot, and you might also have to wait more than 30 minutes to get a table. However, if you don't mind potentially having to wait, Casa Vieja is one of the places that you need to visit during your trip to Toro Negro. And finally, if you decided to take the northern route to and from Toro Negro, you will inevitably pass by the impressively beautiful Chorro de Doña Juana. This spot is composed of several imposing waterfalls that come down through the side of the mountain and almost cascades onto the main road. Visitors to the area are able to park their car on the side of the road to take photos and even jump into the refreshing pond. But like I mentioned earlier, you need to be careful if it starts raining, because when it does, the Doña Juana waterfall puts on a show of strength with its powerful rushing waters. And before you leave, make sure to check out the small business right next to the waterfall, where you will find delicious local food such as empanadillas and alcapurrias. And that's it. Thank you guys for sticking around to the end of the video. I hope you found it helpful. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with anybody you think might find it helpful. And lastly, if you want to find other ways to support the channel, consider becoming a Patreon so that this channel can keep growing to help more people explore the common and uncommon parts of Puerto Rico. Thank you so much for watching, and see ya in the next one.
Fly, fly, tabuli, tabuli, quali, quali, bimbidi, bombarum, bombarin, fly.